August 2026. Three very brief things: Clacton by-election, water metering, and nonsense about the weather claims recently. First of all, Clacton by-election, yes, as we predicted, everything's happening, and Nigel Farage is being re-investigated. We expect there to be an election, maybe before Christmas, and when that happens, I will stand there. Secondly, water metering. Now, the government, because of the heat wave, said they want to meter everybody's water. But this isn't anything about water, because rain comes and goes. It's about control. They want to have monitoring of your water with AI and smart meters to turn it on and off and charge you money. It's about control, control, control. Yes. And the third thing is about the sky. What's been going on? There's a fantastic little picture here showing the heat wave recently in Britain and Western Europe. But because of circulation patterns, there's a block in high pressure there which causes this. The other side of the high is a north wind, and it's very cold in Russia. It was very cold in Russia. And also, the Arctic was an Arctic without a summer. So the claim that being hot in England and Western Europe means global warming is nonsense, complete nonsense. And the point is, all of these things are part of the conspiratorium. They make these fake claims to justify some narrative. And I would say, have a look at the other picture. Yes, we're in a conspiratorium where fake sciences are used to justify anything. And there's three fake sciences: virology, to justify COVID nonsense; the greenhouse theory, to justify man-made climate change, which does not exist; and, of course, geoengineering, to claim all sorts of things at the same time. And these things are used to misguide us and trick us into control, control, control. So, I would say that is the end of what I need to say, really. We've got to fight for real science, not fake science. And for everyone around the world, we say, resist, defy, do not comply. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Hello everyone. I'm down here with my Russian flag again. I hope you appreciate it, because it's not what you've been told was going on with the Russians. They never started this war. But Zelensky wants to talk about the sky most of the time, the war in the sky, because he's losing. Drogopilia is falling, Orekov is falling, they'll probably fall in the next couple of weeks. So he wants to talk about the war in the sky. He sent 1,400 FP1 drones, long-range drones, into Moscow, and only one of them made it into Moscow. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I mean, they cost about between $50,000 and $70,000 each, but only one made it. I mean, over 90% of them now are getting shot down. They're using these machine guns, and they go bang, bang, Gatling guns. They're just blowing them out of the sky. They're not very good drones. They go about 100 miles an hour and they fly low. So what Putin's got, he's got all these Toyota trucks, and he's put like Gatling guns on them, on a pivot. They pivot round and they just shoot them out of the sky. So, you know, as I said, 100 miles an hour and they're flying low. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's not hard at all. So regarding the FP5 propeller, the FP5 is a true jet-powered cruise missile designed to cover massive distances rapidly and punch through contested airspace using high subsonic speed. Well, this is from Wikipedia. High subsonic speed means it goes slower than do you want to get the next page? It goes slower than the speed of sound, which is 1990s technology. These are the Flamingo drones that the Ukrainians are supposed to be making in their own country. Well, they're 1990s technology. when America was sending under the Biden administration attacker missiles, they went 2 or 3 times the speed of sound, and over 97% of them got shot down before they reached their target. So what do you think is going to happen to a load of Flamingo drones, right, that go less than the speed of sound? Well, they've got the Bereave A-50 AWAC plane. They bought it out of mothballs, and this is the Russians, and it was built in 1978, and it was designed exactly to take these sort of missiles down. And it's not really hard, and what happens is they're up there constantly, and they pick up these cruise missiles travelling, I don't know, about 300 miles an hour or something they're going, maybe 350 miles an hour, and they've got a bit of a punch on them. They've got 1,200 kilos of TNT on them if they hit the target. Well, the other day about 8 of them got shot down, 17 of them got shot down, then the next day it was 8 that got shot down. I think 2 of them have hit their target, they've hit a factory, but all you can see is holes in the factory, 2 holes, you can't see the blast. So we don't know what's happened with that, just pick it up and put it at the bottom. So what happens is with these AWAC planes, they're backed up, they send a message to the MiG-31s. Now these MiG-31s were actually used to work in tandem with the AWACS back in the day, in the last century. Be quiet. Right, oh, can you off? Alright, come here then. So, so yeah, these right, so basically the MiG-31s, they got one of the most powerful radars in any fighter jet, and they hunt down cruise missiles. So the AWAC gives them the signal that they're coming towards them. The MiG-31 jet fighters, they get up there, they hunt down these cruise missiles, and they shoot them down. It's as simple as that. It's really, really easy stuff. Now, Zelensky wants to talk about the air war. That's what's happening. 17 got shot down the other day, another 8 the next day. We've only seen 2 hit their target, but we've only seen holes in the roof. I think this is a Samara factory or something like that, where they're supposed to make, I forget what they're making now, something important, but for me, from what I've heard about it, they never exploded. So that's the cruise missiles. Now, what have they got in response if we're talking about the air? Let's talk about what the Russians have got. They've got Garand 5 turbojet drones. And these turbojet drones, they go, let me just read this. They go at 300 miles an hour. Stay there with me, because I'm going to need you to take it off me. They go at 300 miles an hour, and the main purpose of upgrading to the Garand 4 and the Garand 5 to turbojets is to bypass the interceptor drones that the Ukrainians have, and mobile defence teams flying at over 300 miles per hour, allowing them to easily outrun the Ukrainian propeller-driven interceptor drones. Now, they're only propeller-driven, where the Russians have got these jet-propelled drones, turbojet. So they're shooting them down. Go to the next page. No one could shoot down these Garand 4 and Garand 5 drones. And the Russians send out about 140, 150 of them at a time, and they've all got about 50 or 60 kilos, which is not a lot. But when every one of them hits their target, that's a big explosion. Now the thing about the Ukrainian drones, they've got about 50 or 60 kilos, but you're lucky if one of them hits the target. So it just goes pop, that's all it is. Now, the cruising speed here, I'll give it now, the cruising speed of the Garand 4 jet drone is 217 to 310 miles an hour. Maximum speed 310. Driven by a Chinese-made turbojet engine, it is optimised to outrun Ukrainian-based anti-aircraft teams. Right, so the Garand 5 goes 280 to 340 miles an hour, maximum speed 373 miles an hour. Note, this model features a total aerodynamic redesign that looks and behaves like a low-cost cruise missile than a traditional Delta wing drone. So the main purpose of upgrading the Garand 4 and the Garand 5 to turbo jets is to bypass the interceptor drones and mobile defence teams flying at over 300 miles an hour above them. Can you get my camera and just keep it on focus, so please? Can you actually see us? Move over a bit. Oh, he's getting out. He might want to get out. Do you want to get out? That's right. Can you see me on there? Is it all? Come over, Linda.
Fine. Both of you are on now.
Right, so next page, please, Linda. Right, the flight velocity of the cruising speed, the F5. Now, the FP5 Flamingo cruise missile, it can travel to 528 to 559 miles an hour. That's below the speed of sound. It's not very fast. It's 1990s technology. Right, speed category subsonic. The FP5 Flamingo is built by the Ukrainian defence firm Firepoint. I want you to remember Firepoint. Right, in fact, actually, that's all we really need to know. Well, look, let's read the rest of it. It uses a solid fuel booster for launch before its main jet engine takes over, because it travels at subsonic speeds, roughly comparable to the American Tomahawk. It relies on low altitude, terrain-hugging flight paths to evade enemy radar works, but it can't avoid the AWAC and the MiG-31 that's got very, very powerful radar things. Radar detectors. Would you like, right, that's it, next page please. Now you remember the company Firepoint, yeah? What's this one about? Oh, we don't want to talk about the attackers, we go to the next page, sorry Linda. I've got my hands full here, so I hope you can bear with me. So what do I want to talk about? Next page as well. I want to talk about Timur Mindich. Timur Mindich was sat there. Right, yeah. Yeah, go on, go next page again. Go put them both in the back. Timur Mindich, right, was Zelensky's best friend. And he had to flee the country through corruption. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Right? And basically, just follow that one. Whether Timur Mindich exerts de facto control over Firepoint. The point I want to say is that he's fled to Israel on corruption charges and he's still running Firepoints. Right? This man is a criminal, right, under the NABU, which is the Ukrainian Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine, the National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine. They've had wiretapped conversations which show Mindich leading Operation Contractual Negotiations with former Defence Minister Rustem Umerov, explicitly referring to Firepoint as ours. So this Firepoint is making Flamingo cruise missiles. This comes to hundreds, billions and billions of dollars, and Firepoint are making the drones, which comes to well, there's 70,000, anything between 50 and 70,000 each. So if you average, there's tens of thousands of them been shot into Russia, and well over 90-odd%, maybe 95, 97% of them are getting shot down at 75, 70,000, say 60%, $60,000 a head. And you're talking about tens of thousands of them. How much does that come to? They're not doing the job. They're all getting shot out of the sky. Guess who's paying for it? The British taxpayer, the European taxpayers, right? While we're all suffering, we can't get gas, we can't get fuel, and fertilisers run out because they refuse to buy fertiliser. The whole world is running out of food. The drought we've had this year is going to be a lack of food around the world, and yet we are now sanctioning Russia by all these businesses in the military-industrial complexes in Ukraine and in Britain and in Europe are making a fortune out of war, out of misery, and none of them are working. All the